Hey, dude, what's up? What's up, dudes? Thanks for being here. 40 Grit, Mike here, 40 Grit Guitars. I got some cool stuff to talk about tonight. How's everybody's week? Let me know. Today's Sunday. I'm not off very often on Fridays or on Sundays, so it's kind of cool. Sit at home and do a live stream with you guys. So hopefully you guys are all good and you guys had a good week. And let me know if you got anything cooking. My gal and I were talking and she goes, ask everybody what guitar they're looking for. And so she got some good ideas. But let me know what you guys are looking for. You got any questions for me tonight or anything? Hit me up and let's roll right into it. Yeah, I got some cool stuff tonight. So let's get into it here real quick. You guys have any questions on anything? You can email me directly at 40gritguitars@gmail.com. And I always answer very quickly, and I'm always as helpful as I can be with you guys. So let me know if you have any questions or anything. And then I appreciate all of your questions and all that good stuff. I had somebody ask me today where I got my my GL 200K from. So here's the one we just did the video on. My GL 200K came from Sweetwater or from Gear Tree. So Gear Tree, I'd never bought anything from them before. So they offer a 10% off if you're a first timer. That's why I got it for like $639 or something. So anyways, Gear Tree is where I got this one from. But yeah, feel free to hit me up with any emails via email with any questions you guys have. Okay, cool. Swag's available. My son built me a 40 Grit channel. 40 Grit website. So that's got some hats and guitar picks and cool stuff on there. So if you have any interest, that comes directly from me. That doesn't go through YouTube or anything. So I wouldn't have had everything made. And so I'm just, if you guys have any interest in anything like that, go ahead and hit me up and I'll get it right out to you. That comes directly from me. Okay. So that's that. And let's get into the chat. Oh, there's already some people in here. Cool, man. Let's go. Let's see, man, this thing, oh my God. I mean, like, I didn't play too much this week because I was working and it's kind of end of month and everything in the car business. So, you know how you car guys know how it is, Randy. End of month's always a pain in the ass. So, man, this thing just plays fantastic. I put it back in the case because I had the Hot Rod guitar out this week, but I took it out of the case today and put my Kamikaze away because I switched some guitars out on the wall. And between this and the Kamikaze, I'll leave this one out. I'll put the Kamikaze away for a minute. So yeah, if you haven't had the chance to check out the GL 200K upgrade video, check it out. Let's get into the chats. Darren, what's up, dude? Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Hopefully get to see Warren again, man, before. I don't know what's doing with all that stuff right now. They got a lot of drama, so hopefully they get that drama cooled down and yada yada. So this is going to be good. Yeah, this should be a good one. I got some cool stuff to talk about tonight. So it's been a it's very interesting to feel that you're fluent on guitars, working on them and getting everything going and everything, and then here comes another guitar and you're like, I don't know anything about this thing. So it's fun to get thrown off a little bit. So I'll get into it here shortly and we'll chat about it. Ronnie, what's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Chuck C's in the chat. Chuck C, what's up, dude? Stu Petty, what's up, man? How you doing? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Rad Brad, what's going on, man? How you doing? Johnny Rasmussen, nice to see you. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. James Schroeder. Is that Jim Schroeder? What's up, Mike? Thought I'd check out your live video tonight. Jim Schroeder. What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, do me a favor. Email me at that 40 Grit Guitars, and then let's swap phone numbers. Let's. I like to talk to you if you're cool with that. I haven't talked to you in a while. Me and Jim were on the USS Antietam together. Shoot, what years was that? 98, I think. No, it was before that. I left Coronado in 93. So that would have been like 94 to 90, 94 to 97 or something like that. So anyways, yeah, me and Jim Schroeder were on the Antietam together, which is now decommissioned if you want to feel old, Jimmy. We were on there together and we had a band together and we were both Van Halen nuts. And Jim's a really good a tube guy, like an amplifier guy. He used to always help me with my amps and stuff. He was very Jim was very technical. He was a fire controlman. I wasn't so technical, but we both enjoyed playing guitars. But he helped me work on my 5150s back in the days when we were young. And I like to catch up with you, man. Your boys, check out your boys and, hear how your boys are doing. And yeah, I like to catch up with you. So, hey, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. I saw you add and I was like, that can't, I wonder if that's Jim Schroeder, but yeah, it is. So it sounds like so. Anyways, yeah, man. Let's reconnect, please. Owl Band, what's up, dude? Hey, fellas, how you doing? I'm doing good. It was a nice Sunday. My gal's birthday's this week, and we were both sitting there saying, "Man, I am hungry." So we went up to Chili's today and got lunch, and it was nice and it was good. And Chili's is never Chili never lets you down. So Chili's doesn't disappoint. Chilling, that's good. It's always good to chill on Sundays. We should be chilling. Lewis, what's up, dude? How you doing? Nice to see you. Yo, 40 Grit, what's happening? Hey, everyone. And no problem, you will do it tonight. Perfect. Okay, I'm caught up in the chat. I think there's probably some other people going to be jumping in here. Let's see here. So let's get off of that, and I'm going to get right into it. So I reposted the upgrade video on this guitar. I think I pretty much went through everything on it, but I'm really happy with the exciter pickup, which is a ceramic magnet, and then the mini Screaming Demon. I'm really happy with it. Didn't really do too many upgrades to the Floyd. I could have put the titanium blocks in and all that stuff, but I went through a phase of that, and I think that if you're really gigging with that guitar and you're really on it, then maybe some of those upgrades are cool. I have bags every time, just like FU Tone just did one of their Memorial Day coupons, and Floyd Rose did a Memorial Day coupon too. So I bought one of those satin pearl Floyd Roses because you can't get a Floyd right now from Floyd, but they did have satin pearl base plate and saddles available. So I bought one and I had the other parts at home. So I bought the parts that they had available, and then took advantage of the Memorial Day sale. There's 20% off or something. And then FU Tone did a sale too. But whatever FU Tone used to do those sales, I would just grab a bunch of titanium inserts, and and I was swapping everything out. On the guitars that I've built, I've done the upgrades just because I wanted to have all the cool upgrades on it, but I really didn't spend too much time doing a bunch of upgrades on this one. But I'm very happy with the guitar, like I said, and I recommend it. And oh my goodness, what happened? Hopefully I'm still up. My screen just shut off. The other night I was on Ryan's channel, OU812. We're talking about guitar stuff, and I had said to him that there were people posting saying mine came out of the box perfect, and after you like take a look and you start like dissecting it the alignment was off on the fretboard. There's things that super picky things that I pick out just because of my years with John Suhr, to where the guitar had to ship perfectly, So that being said, I can pick apart anything, and I'm very thankful to Gear Tree for sending me the guitar that they sent me, because if I would have gotten a perfect one, I would have had no content for the channel. So I'm certainly appreciative for the one that I got. I mean, the alignment is perfect, or good enough for me now. If it's heavy, it's a little heavy on the treble side, which I'm okay with, and the dots look perfectly centered, so I'm okay with that. Kind of like the same problem with the 83 Kramer. the white one. I just don't think those neck pockets are in the right place. They're just kind of they're off a little bit. So but same issue, but they're certainly not built in the same place. So I think those were made in Japan. These are what, Indonesia or what? Yeah, Indonesia. So yeah, so go and get one. I thought the original, if I would have left it alone, I think it would have been okay. Even if I just stayed with the original neck pickup and the original bridge pickup, it would have been okay. But you know, you guys know me by now. I'm all about the upgrades and messing around and just trying to make it better. And at the end of the day, do you want to pay $6,000 for one, like right there, or do you want to pay 750 for one and then do your upgrades? So you just got to figure out which way you want to go. I've gone both ways, and to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I could probably live without the $6,000 one. So, you know, that being said, it's a cool guitar. Looks like the chat. I don't want to get behind in the chat here, so hold on a second. Peggy, what's up? Welcome. Peggy saying hello, Lewis. Way Cool Junior. 5. Hey, Fred, can you do a video with a Pariah pound cake pickup? It's a reverse engineered Ernie Ball Music Man. Everything that Pariah makes is awesome. Yeah, I've got a couple of Pariahs. I don't have the pound cake. Those were Ernie Ball, like I think kind of knockoffs. So sure. I mean, I guess I could grab one. I was gonna get some pickups from Randy's guy too. I need to see if I can get some pickups from that guy. I do have a Norton on the way. I should get it tomorrow. UPS decided that, or USPS decided that they don't deliver on Saturdays for some reason to my place of employment. So I get a Norton tomorrow. I'm going to put that in my shop guitar, and I'm thinking about putting that satin pearl Floyd Rose in my shop guitar too, because I've got a 1984 Floyd Rose in my shop guitar right now, and I kind of like to have that. I'd kind of like to have that bridge on standby for something else in case I end up getting something. You know, I've got a lot of Floyd Roses right now, but I did go down to see my buddy Tim this week, or was it last week? No, this week, and then dropped off something to him, and he had a bunch of Floyd Roses in his case. And I go, so what are the Floyds going for now? He goes, 300, 320. And I'm like, man, I'm so glad I bought those when they were 220, because I've got several. Looks like I have 18 Floyds under there. So I mean, just it's ridiculous to have that many, but it's cool to have that stuff on standby. Like when you do projects like this, you don't have to go find something, because you know, Wayne, I'll check into that. Let me check into that, and I would be more than happy to do. I like doing reviews on stuff, and I would probably find a basswood body for that, and you know, check it out. So yeah, I will look into that. It's cool to have extra parts. Parts is parts, as my buddy Bill Zola, rest in peace, used to tell me all the time. Parts is parts, and it's good to have a lot of extra parts, because when I got this guitar, I already had everything. I didn't have to go buy anything. I had pickups and had a bunch of stuff, so it's good. So it's good to have stuff. Good to have stuff, and if you get it for cheap, then even better. Have you ever checked out Wayne guitars? Brian, yeah, man. I mean, like, I've had a couple. I had a really cool Jakey Lee Wayne that that had the new style headstock, kind of beak looking headstock. And then I had one, I rebuilt this one because I had the Brian Johnson Wayne, and then I sold it like a dumbass. And but I mean, that was a long time ago. And to be honest with you, I like my build better. But this is pretty close to the Brian Johnson. If you don't know who that is, that's David Lee Roth, guitar player, one of David Lee Roth's guitar players. And he played this one for a while, a similar looking guitar. And so I rebuilt this one just because I couldn't find one. And then as soon as I built this one, another one popped up on eBay, but it wasn't mine. I knew mine. I could look at it and I knew that it wasn't mine. So I really didn't want it. If it would have been mine, I would have wanted it back. Yes, very. And then I had a Jakey Lee. I had the Brian Johnson signature. And then I had a blue one, like a blue sparkle, a really cool blue sparkle. And that guitar played fantastic. And I was living in Temecula, and I remember I was selling off some guitars, and that was one of the ones I sold. And then the guy bought it and then emailed me and said, the bridge is crooked, and he wanted his money back. And he showed me the back of it, and in the cavity, it did look crooked. But remember, on some of those Floyd Rose, you get in there and you tweak that block a little bit. Those blocks will tweak, and then I think that's what the issue was. And I told him, I said, "Hey, dude, I think the block's crooked. So what I would do is pull the bridge off. I would unbolt everything, and then try tweaking that block, and then tighten it back up again and see if it fixed it." I never heard from him again. So I'm assuming that that's what the problem was. But yes, the reason, yes, Brian, I'm a huge fan of Wayne guitars, and they're awesome. And if you can get one, get it, because I don't think they're doing it. Wayne's not doing them anymore. His son may be, but I haven't seen anything new in a while. And they pop up on Reverb every once in a while. And if you can get one, then grab it. But yes, very familiar. They play great. They play fantastic. I like the old neck style better than the newer neck style, because they were just like a cutoff. They're a cutoff ball on the end, and they just look cool. So this is a badass guitar. This thing, if I was going to a gig tonight, this would be the guitar I took. This would surely be in the arsenal because it plays effortless. It's a Warmoth boat neck, and if you're familiar with a boat neck, they're so comfortable. And 1 11/16 nut on this one. Boat neck, Floyd Rose. That's a RTM and an Air Norton. Big block in the back, and this RTM on there. I forget what I put in guitar, so I just label them now. What I got in there, and then that's kind of cool. I went and had my 40 grit logo, like stickers made to put on the back of all the ones that I built, which I think is kind of cool, just to have. I guess, maybe one day for my kid, he'll know the ones that I built and the ones I didn't. So, and then I punch them too. I stamp them with what number they were. This was number 2. So this is the second one I built. The first build was the brown build, which is on the brown builds on the channel. Check out the brown build if you haven't seen the brown build. That's got the Arcane Mr. Scary pickups in it for the neck and the bridge position. That's a killer guitar. That's a killer guitar. And I don't know, man. I mean, if I was going to a gig tonight, I'd probably take the guitars I built, to be honest with you, because they're fantastic. They're everything I want. And that's the beauty of building a guitar. If you build a guitar, you build it to what you want, not to what somebody thought that their idea was, and you pick it up and you think it's cool, So I'm not sure if I'm so cool with these DiMarzio straps anymore. I know that these DiMarzio straps got me through a lot of nights when I was gigging up in Temecula, because they're very comfortable. Those seatbelt straps, like the Nuno Betancourts, God, they're so comfortable. And so they got me through a lot of nights. But I found myself lately taking these off more than leaving them on. So I don't know. Anyways, I'm going on a rant. So let me get off. Get off the train. Owlman, I got shut out for the first time in my life trying to get Triumph April wine tickets last night in Detroit. Box office sold out and no scalpers anywhere. Insane. No kidding. We're at in Detroit. Where are they playing? I don't even know where they playing. Let me know. Where they're playing. What's going on in Detroit? Where are you from, Owlman? If you're somebody that before they changed all this, where are you from? I think you guys probably know that I'm from Westland. So Westland, Michigan. Grew up in Detroit. R2, what's up, man? How you doing? Nice to see you, pal. Appreciate you being here. R2, R3, cheers, Big Dave. Stu Petty. Mike Kramer sucked. What? Whoa. Slow down. Owlman says that wall of guitars is insane. Buddy, it is. It's fucking insane. It's insane. I was thinking today, it's insane that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But yeah, it's insane. All right. Uh, I tried my best the other day. I had, the first top, the top was of course dedicated to Ed. There were no, it used to be all Van Halen. Row two was my second favorite, George Lynch, and then third was all my DeMartini guitars. And then I said, no, I think we need to open it up a little bit. So I put my Dweezil up there. I put the Rowan Robertson up there, the Black Charvel from the Lock Up the Wolves era of Dio. I put my Phil Collin up there. Was I a Phil Collin fan when I was young? No, I made fun of Def Leppard, but I think that Def Leppard's like a fine wine, and it's an acquired taste. And the older I get, the more I like them, especially with the Sustainer stuff. Those Sustainer Jacksons, the Sustainiacs can never compete. They'll never compete. I've played both of them next to each other, and if you're gonna get a Sustainer guitar, the Sustainer guitar to get is the Jackson Phil Collin. So if you're gonna get one, that's the one you get. So just my opinion. Please don't bombard me with I'm wrong or anything like that, because I'm stating my opinion, which I'm entitled to. Seahawk 29, hey 40, did you have to plug and re-drill the mounting holes for the Floyd nut on the Black Lynch? Yes. And if you did, do you use a hand drill or a press? I don't use either. Well, no, I mean to re-drill, I use my Milwaukee's. My battery Milwaukee's. I just popped a bit in there, and okay, this is actually a good question. I wish I could. I don't know if I have a nut. I don't think I have a nut picture. So, all right. So the way that I do it is I'm gonna take it off screen so I can see the screen, because I got a new camera and this is kind of jacked up right now for me. I'm having a hard time seeing stuff. So this isn't rocket science, by the way. It's just a way of as with anything, if you haven't done it before, there's unfamiliarity, so you don't know. But with YouTube now, you can just go on YouTube and say, hey, blah blah blah. Like when I tore the transtrem apart. I tore this transtrem apart and replaced the bearings in it, and which I'm going to get to, but unfamiliarity. So you're sitting there going, oh shit, So on the nut, in the video, it was kicked to the bass side, and now I think it's kicked to the treble side. It is. So I'm flush on the bass side now. I got a little overhang on the treble side. But yes, so when I took it off, I take the nut off. I restrung. I put the nut back on. I dowel. I've got some dowel out there. You're going to go back in the same area of. So my opinion, you don't have to spend a lot of time on that. Just pop some dowels in there. You don't got to like freak out about it. Just pop some dowels in there and then reline it back up. And then what I do is I push the nut all the way to the edge of the fretboard, and then I have a stab pencil, right? And I stab it right at the end, because as you drill those holes, it pushes the nut and it seats the nut against the fretboard. So by the time you're done, I just take my little dowel and tap it, and it finishes pushing the nut to the edge, which can be an intonation issue. So make sure that your nut is always pushed flush to the fretboard, and just line it up really good. Make sure you restring it, check your alignment side to side. See, like you can tell the alignment's good on this stuff. You guys saw in the video, the line was terrible on this guitar. And hey, shout out to Gear Tree for sending me the one that they sent me. Because if they would have sent me a good one, I wouldn't have had any content for my channel, so it's great. It's perfect. I'm so happy that they sent me what they sent me, because I was able to fix everything. And shout out to Gear Tree. You know what I'm saying? So that is that's how I do it. I stab really close to the end. When I was at Sir, we used to take a little super glue or epoxy. Just epoxy, just a little touch of epoxy, and then like a touch, and super glue the nut on. John always liked liked having the nuts epoxied on to where there was a good, to where they were solid. And I don't epoxy anymore because sometimes I just take stuff off and I don't want to mess with it. But those Sir guitars were solid, and they were solid out of the case, and they were stage ready out of the case, and that was always John's thing. So yes, did I? So let's go back to this question, and I think I've beat a dead horse. Did you have to plug and re-drill? Yes, I did. The mounting holes for the Floyd Rose nut and the black, yes. And if you did, yeah, I used a hand drill. It's not necessary, bro. If you're doing a Floyd Rose post, absolutely, you do not want to do that via hand drill. You want to do that with a flat surface drill press, and that's what you want to do. So I think that covers that, and I won't beat that one up anymore. I thank you for the question, Seahawk 29. Peggy, hey, tell Jib I said hello, Peggy. What's for dinner tonight? Let me know what you guys have for dinner. Curious as to what's going on for dinner there. Jimmy Biter, what's up, dude? Watched you guys for a little bit last night, and then fell asleep watching you guys, and then woke up, and something else was on. I think it was Phil McKnight. I woke up and I turned my TV off. Jimmy was up. R2's talking to Jimmy. Jim says hello, and Lewis all in the chat. Hello to everybody. Everybody's saying hello. Yeah, fucking UPS, USPS. Hey man, I got a text message from them, but it's happened before. It's really weird, so I got to be careful because here's the thing: I live in Phoenix, and it's 100 degrees today already. You know what I'm saying? Like here it comes. Here comes my winter, where I can't go out in the garage and play. You know, but here comes my winter. So this is I buy pickups, and I don't want the pickup sitting in my mailbox when it's starting to get hot, so they go directly to my work, right? So that's a smart way to do it. But like now, I'm done. I told my girl today, I'm done. I'm not buying pickups. I'm not buying. I'm going to do my best not to buy any guitars for the summer, because there was a time, believe it or not, I didn't buy guitars in the summer when I first moved out here. I went on a vinyl kick. I stopped buying vinyl in the summer just because I didn't want anything melting. Like I bought a Sir pickup one time, and I went to go pick it up, and I took it out, and it was ruined. I mean, it was all waxed. All the wax was underneath, all over the sponge, material, and I think I still have that pickup. I don't think I ever used it. I mean, like I should send it back and see if they can repot it for me, but I just haven't got. Maybe I'll talk to Chris about that. See if what Chris's thoughts are on that. But anyways, yeah. Yeah, fucking UPS. So they were supposed to deliver one to me a while ago, and it said your business is not open, so it's rescheduled for next business day. And then it did it again on Saturday. Your business is not open. We were open. I was there. I opened on Saturday. I was there at 7:15. I was there before I even got the email that it was out for delivery. And then they come out. It's a sham, man. It's a scam. I don't like USPS. I don't like UPS either. Whenever I buy a guitar UPS and they send me a UPS tracking number, I'm like, oh God. I hate UPS. FedEx has always taken really good care of me. I've never had a problem. Just my opinion. I know somebody's going to say they hate FedEx, so just my opinion. Rico B. What's up, Rico B? What's up, man? How you doing, dude? Everything's cool here. Just going through some nonsense. Going through some nonsense here. Tim, welcome. At least guitar parts aren't inflated as much as RAM is yet. RAM, are we talking about computer RAM, or I don't know anything about that? My son would know about that, but I don't know anything about that. But if you're talking about computer RAM, Dodge Ram surely aren't inflated, or RAM or Stellantis or whatever it is. Those cars are not inflated. They have plenty of warranty, plenty of rebates. Can you recommend a single coil to go in a Kramer Assault with the Wolfgang bridge? Hey, okay, so do you want a single or do you want a stacked? Because, and it depends on what tone you're going after. Because if you're looking for a stacked single with a Wolfgang pickup, I would recommend the Air Norton. The Air Norton and Randy. I don't see Randy in the chat yet, but I don't see Randy in the chat yet. But I think Randy would probably say the same thing. So, but if you're looking for a stacked, I would go with a If you're going with a stacked, I will go with the Air Norton. If I was going for a single, I guess the injector, one of the Paul Gilbert injectors. I like the injector pickups. I put those, if you guys saw my video on the yellow Strat that I got when I was at my dad's. I put injector neck and middle in that, and then I put a tone zone in the bridge, and man, that thing screams. That may be one of the guitars I'd grab too if I was going to a gig, because that guitar sounds fantastic. You know, what does Jimmy say? So you took the Kramer, the Kamikaze off the wall. I remember finding that at Moe's Music Center in El Cajon. Nice to see you still have it, buddy. That was like 4 Kamikazes ago. I'm just being honest. I should have kept that one because it didn't. It was a flush mount, and it was one of the older ones. Oh, you're going to get me into the stories of all the guitars I that have left me, and I wish I had them back. Yes, but yeah. Actually, on my avatar for the channel, that's the one that I got at Moe's. So yes, that is the original. The Kamikaze that I had on the wall now, buddy, I don't think I even have any of the only guitar that I have now that I had when we knew each other is that Black Farrington. I'm pretty sure I've cycled through everything. I'm pretty sure I've cycled through everything. But yeah, I remember buying that guitar because I remember my ex-wife had a fit about it, and but in the avatar for the channel, that's the one that I got from Moe's. Did you find that? See, like, I don't remember shit like that, so that's so funny. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Somebody found it and then they told me about it and I went and bought it. The story of my life. See here. It appears that EVH and Lynch are your guys. DeMartini. And I got to be honest. I mean, I think that Lynch is pulled ahead just because he's still out. He's still around and Ed's gone. So Lynch is surely taken over, filled Ed's spot. For me, it's devastating. I still think about Ed every day. And I know that I was devastated when he passed. I mean, like, that one hit, man. I mean, like, when Ed, that one hit me, man. I was like, what the hell? Like, what now? And then it seems like Lynch took over and I started following Lynch and I got back into Lynch really strong. And then DeMartini was still kind of around, but you got to remember, I mean, I don't think Warren has to work. So, I mean, he's just he pops up when he wants to, and Warren's really cool and everything. But I think that's kind of why I put some of my other heroes up there. So I put Dweezil up, Rowan Robertson, Vi, which, I mean, I got to be honest, man. I mean, like, my buddy texted me the other day. He said, are we in the agreement? My buddy from high school, are we in the agreement that the Whitesnake Slip of the Tongue album is every song is good? Absolutely. I like Vi. I think I may like Vi better in Whitesnake than I do in Van Halen, just because I didn't like Vi. Or no, I didn't like Vi and David Lee Roth. I like Vi better in Whitesnake than I did in David Lee Roth, because to me, Steve Vai in the David Lee Roth era was a villain. And I didn't like him because he's sitting there playing Eruption, flapping his tongue and everything, like making fun of it. Now he talks about how he was intimidated and blah, blah, blah. He didn't look too intimidated back in that day. He was making fun of Ed. So, that's my opinion, and that it is what it is. But yeah, DeMartini is my number 3, probably for all time. Well, I mean, on the hold on a second. I have my my Mount Rushmore of guys right here. Hold on. There they are. There they are right there. Randy Rhoads. He's cool. I mean, and then from there, it just just turns into a mishmash, right? I mean, Nuno, Nuno's up there. Yeah, I put my 4N up there. I like the 4N better because of the Kaler nut. I just like that nut better. I don't know why. I think maybe it's stupid. What else is there? Cross swords, French guitar. That's a performance DeMartini. That's like a badass guitar. And then that's an ESP Bengal, and then I put my Phil Collin up there. The Bones is the CWG, the Chris Woods build. That was the CNC off the original, apparently. And then the Van Halen's on top. That's an EVH striped. Yellow and black is a Charvel. That's one of the Charvels. And then the white and black striped is a EVH. That is the EVH Frankenstein. And then my 5150, which is the Live Without a Net era 5150. And then I just bought that Wolfgang with the single humbucker not too long ago. We talked about that. And I got the Dweezil up there. So yeah, I mean, it's cool to have all your heroes represented. And, you know, I come in here to fill up the humidifier every morning and I just sit there and look at it for a minute and then it's off to work. So yeah, again, Owl Band, long story short, but who's number 3? DeMartini. Darren says, love the Brown build. Yeah, man, dude, that guitar, that's a cool guitar, man. I mean, that guitar was built off the Walkaway video, the Dock and Walkaway video. I thought that guitar was brown. Come to find out it's a cowhide. So I was wrong, but Estelle, hats off to Lynch because he inspired me to go out and spray paint a guitar and build it and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Stu Petty, that guitar is tough looking. Well, I've had 2 out, so it's either the green one or this one. Yeah, they're both pretty cool. Thank you, man. Mark Spurgeon, howdy. What's up, dude? Brian, thanks for the answer. I dig your show. Great info in your shows. Hey, dude, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate all you guys. You know, I'm just a normal dude. I go out and I drink coffee in the morning. I answer questions, and it's so much to interact with you guys and help you. And it's very rewarding when I help somebody and they email me and say, hey man, that worked. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. It's very rewarding. So I certainly like helping people. And that also takes me back to the early days of the channel when I used to complain about, you know, when you would go places and there was always an ancient Chinese secret and they wouldn't help you or anything like that. So luckily I bumped into Bill Zola one day and he did not withhold his ancient Chinese secrets. And now I'm able to share that guys with you, info with you guys. So yeah. Stu Petty, what's up? Or Stu Petty, cheers from Mark Spurgeon. Stu Petty, what's up? Mark, I have not seen you in before. Welcome, sir. What are the advantages of alder versus poplar, vice versa? I love your podcast. Keep it up. So, I feel that, oddly enough, this one is poplar. And, you know, a lot of the Kramers in the early days were poplar. And I think I like poplar. I think that I feel like poplar and alder are comparable. But, I mean, if I go to do a build, it's going to be alder, it's going to be poplar. I mean, they're, in my opinion, and hey, feel free, other people, please chime in on this. So we can get, you know, perspective of everybody in the chat right now. That'd be kind of cool. You know, I might be behind in the chat or whatever, but, you know, we'll get them answered because I'll just stay on tonight because I took a nap today and shit. So when the old guys take a nap, I mean, like I can stay up for a minute. So, but please comment and let us know your thoughts with everybody. Please, everybody comment on this. You know, let us know what your thoughts are. But I will say that I find that alder and poplar are comparable. Poplar's easier to work with than alder is. Alder's a little harder. But if I were to do a build, it would be alder or poplar. So I hope that I answered your question. Basswood is always good. Basswood's very easy to work with. Maple is not fun to work with. I did build, my Joe Perry build is maple, and that was a pain in the ass guitar because I had to make some modifications to that. Wormuth built it, and then I had to make some modifications, and it was just a pain in the ass. So I don't like maple guitars, not a fan. But I do have some maple guitars. I've got quite a few, actually. They're heavy, they're backbreakers, and I wouldn't take one to a gig, and it's just something that you're just going to have. So, but that's my thoughts. Everybody, please Please comment. What's up, dudes? Okay, Freedom Hill, Michigan. Okay, Lottery Amphitheater. I've been gone so long, I don't even know. That probably used to be Pine Knob. So I'm assuming. So back in my days, it was probably Pine Knob. Jim says far out, and that would be a concert to see. The concert to see. Which one were we talking about? Oh, maybe the Triumph. Maybe. You're from Flint. Okay, yeah, man, been there. Yeah, welcome, dude. All Michiganders in here. Jimmy Biter, what's up? Blue Box, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Good evening to you and all in the chat. Nice to have you. Thanks for being here, pal. Appreciate it. Oh my God, I'm so behind. Okay, that's it. Okay, everybody's saying hello to each other. Def Leppard rocks. I think Def Leppard rocks. Pete Willis is my favorite. That would be the old school Def Leppard fan to say, but I do understand, and he's cool. And Steve Clark is my favorite. So Steve Clark will always be my favorite Def Leppard guitar player because he was cool. Hey there, first time caller, long time listener. Okay, cool, man. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all my subs, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because I like waking up and see my subscribe numbers go up. It kind of makes me feel good. It's kind of like being in high school again. Maybe you're just a little bit popular. Maybe just a little bit. Dartboard, bacon wrapped shrimp and ribeyes. Oh, for you. Oh, okay, cool, man. That sounds good. Oh, wait, Peggy's in. Homemade lasagna and salad and ice cream for dessert. Well, that sounds good. Everybody's eating and watching and stacked. Peggy, Zach Thong, what's up, dude? Nice to see you, man. Saying hello to Peggy. Holly Lewis, you told me that you framed your Eddie Van Halen poster. I'm pretty sure I remember you saying that, and I appreciate you and welcome. And hey, it's nice to see you. Always nice to see Holly Lewis. Holly Lewis and I have been talking for a while on one of the other channels I used to be on when we were doing the Johnny Bean thing. Jeff T 5150. Everybody's saying he's saying hello to everybody. Saying hello. Nice. Jim loves homemade lasagna, ice cream. That's always good, man. Everybody's saying, hey man. Joe, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in before. If you have, and I'm forgetting, but I don't recall that channel before. Hi man, love the guitars. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. Please comment on the alder or poplar. Let me know what you guys are thinking on that, because I would like to hear your feedback with regards to what you think. We got to get into the Steinberger, so we got to get going here, man. Wait, how long have I been on? 50 minutes? Lewis says, Mike, what type of humbucker pickup would you recommend to replace a single coil on a telly bridge position? What are you going for? A single coil on a... Okay, so you're looking for a stacked pickup to go into the bridge position. On a telly. What are you looking for? Are you looking for... Tell me what you're looking to... Tell me why you're considering swapping it, and what are you looking for it to do? And then I may be able to answer that question. And if somebody else can answer that question, knowing what Lewis is looking for, then please answer. You guys can jump in here with me on that one. Let's go. Blue Mock says that alder is harder and is heavier, but is similar. I agree. It depends on the piece of wood. Every piece of wood is different. This weight on this piece of poplar was very similar to the alder, but I do agree with you that alder is harder and heavier. And but I do like working with poplar. Jim says my last two builds are Paulawonia. Half the weight and gray tone super strat I'm building right now. 4 pounds. Good grief. Send me some pictures. I want to see your builds. I would love to see your builds. I think you're in Nashville with all the cool people. Correct me if I'm wrong. No drunken sailors here, but just prepped and ready. You know, I wish I would have known that. I wish I would have known because we flew out to Memphis a couple years ago and did the Elvis Presley thing. Which, if you've never seen it, you got to see it, but you'll never go back because it's kind of a bad area. Um, and then Nashville, we drove to Nashville, and it was cool. Like we went to Gibson Garage, I bought a guitar. Uh, and Gibson Garage is really cool. I met my buddy out there from out here, and it was a good visit. So we had a lot of fun on that trip. That was fun. So no drunken sailors here, but just prepped and ready. Yeah, drunken sailors. I had a nice conversation with one of my Navy buddies this morning. He called me on Friday. I was working, and I said, "What's up, man?" Because like I always answer for my Navy buddies, and I'm like, "What's up, man?" Because I want to make sure they're all right. And he's like, "Oh man, just calling to catch up." And I said, "Hey, I'll call you Sunday." So as soon as I got up this morning, it was 6:50 a.m. And I go, he'll be up. You know, yeah. You know, the rule always was when we were growing up, you couldn't call anybody before 10 and shit. Remember that? But 6:50, I woke up, I was drinking coffee, and I go, I'm calling him. He'd be, hey, bro, what's up? Like right away, you know. So it's funny. I go, I knew your dumb ass to be up. So that's funny. Yeah. Drunken sailors. I've been a drunken sailor before, that's for sure. I didn't like the way I felt when I did a lot of drinking though, man. It's just kind of weird. I never really got into it. Blue Mogs, both are hardwoods. Yep, sure. Good to see ya. Triumph and April Wine, that would have been a sweet to see. Is it already over or are they coming or what's going on there? Steve is my favorite too. Yeah, man. Steve Clark's just a cool cat, man. James, I4, how is the 4-pound body half the weight? Jim, answer that. Mark 770. Thanks, 40 Grit. You're the best. I don't know about that, bro, but I appreciate you being here and I enjoy talking to you guys and hanging out. So all hardwoods have leaves that fall off. All softwoods are evergreens. Well, if that's true, I didn't know that, but that could be. I don't know. I'll check into that one. If that's true, that's something I didn't know. Oh, wait a minute. Throwing knowledge, you go, man. Yeah, I didn't know that. So if that's the case, that's badass. Everybody's saying hello to each other. If I skip over you, just there's nothing there, and I got to get moving. Okay. I don't really think the bodywood is special. I prefer a heavier body just because the imagination tells me it sustains more, and I also prefer neck through to set neck or attached neck through. Okay. Yeah. I have a neck through Paul Dean, Kramer Paul Dean. That's a neck through. A set neck would be like a Les Paul or a bolt on. So, I haven't played that Paul Dean in a while. I should get that guitar out and check it out. I haven't played it in a while. It's basically a stage master. So, but yeah, I mean, hey, everybody's got their preferences, and oh my god, this camera's killing me. Everybody's got their preferences, and what if I should move it up or move it down? See, I don't really think. I think bodywood is special for me personally. I have my tone woods and I have my pickups that I like and I have my go-tos. Everybody's got a go-to. So if you have a go-to, you have a go-to. Maybe it's better than my ugly mug is like this and you guys can just look at guitars. Maybe it's just better if I just do the rest of the show like this. So yeah, I think that I personally feel that bodywood is important to me, but everybody's got their opinion. So, and I respect everybody's opinion. I'm doing good. Just had a busy weekend with 3 of my cousins came out on Friday, jammed a bit. That's cool. And a little bit. And then yesterday we all headed out to my other cousin's wedding. That's cool, Zach. You playing still? You still jamming out? I do prefer maple reinforced necks. Yeah. I think they're, yeah, I mean, aren't they all pretty much reinforced now? Everybody's doing the the reinforced, aren't they? I think everybody's kind of gone to that. It's nice, and dual acting truss rods and all the good stuff, man. I mean, there's nothing to worry about anymore. Stacked humbucker for more of a warmer sound, like a Les Paul. Okay, so stacked humbucker, warmer sound like a Les Paul. Everybody chime in. I mean, like I don't do very many stacked tellies, so I don't want to give you bad information, Lewis. But there's plenty of people in the chat right now, 47,000. So I'm sure that somebody is going to have some good recommendations for you. I prefer. I know that Sir has really good telly pickups, and I think there's a couple different options, so you might want to look into those. If you're looking for stack, though, I personally prefer the DiMarzio stacked over the Duncan stacks. That's just me. So you can go on to those, onto the spec and dial in what you're looking for, and it'll give you some options. So I would rather have you do that than for me to throw some information out and then not being the right thing. You know what I'm saying? So sorry to be so profound. I have no idea what you're talking about, but no apologies here. I just said no apologies. I've told you guys my story because the first thing that popped in my head when I said that was no excuses. I remember I went to go. I've told this story before, but it's such a cool story. And then I watched a video with DeMartini the other day, and he said, when I lived in San Diego, I used to go to a place called Guitar Trader, and it was on the corner of Claremont Mesa Boulevard and the 805. And I used to hang out there. Like every chance I got, I would just go up there and hang out. And Fred, this guy Fred, who started his own place called the Repair Zone, he was the repair guy at Guitar Trader. And I went up to Guitar Trader. Actually, all those Lynch of those frames up there, that one right there, these two are Lynch, the two next to each other, these two. I took those Lynch magazines and I hadn't signed them, and Lynch was playing. And he had a band there, and this singer got up there and tried to start singing Dokken, and he was terrible. And they played something, and I was in the front row, of course, because I'm stupid. And I'm sitting there, and they were all like fold-out chairs. You know, like they set up a little area. It was cool. They had a stage and everything. And I remember the singer did some. It was Into the Fire or something. He was terrible. And he walked over to George. He goes, "Hey, man, you know, I'm sorry, man. I'm just kind of not feeling good tonight. I got a little bit of a cold." And George looked at me. He goes, "Hey, man, no excuses. Let's go." Oh God, it was so awesome. I was like, "Oh, you dumbass." So it was great. So, wait, cool. Thanks for defending. Yeah, man. Thanks you. I enjoyed my military time, man. I don't miss it, but I enjoyed my military time. The further I get away from it, well, no, I'm not sure if I should say I don't miss it, because I do miss the camaraderie and the people that I met and the friends that I had. Because in the civilian world, you have no camaraderie. It's all cutthroat. Hey, everybody wants to. Everybody thinks that they're better than the boss and they should be working as the boss and blah 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 blah. All right, but in the military, it really wasn't like that. You got your turn. You got promoted. You got your time to shine, and then you were successful, right? But I do miss the camaraderie, and I don't miss the deployments, and I don't miss the time away from my son, and but I do miss the camaraderie. So yeah, and I certainly appreciate my retirement paycheck. Zach Thong, how's it going, man? Everybody's talking. I got to get to the Steinberger, man. This is killing me. Okay, hold on. Everybody's doing all right. I don't know if anyone says this to you on this channel, but thank you for serving this country and defending freedom so that my babies can be safe. Yeah, man. Dude, there's so many people that have served this country. I'm just one person, and it was, the first person that I would thank. See, when I read stuff like that, I went in the military to get out of Detroit so I could go live in California to be with Eddie Van Halen. That's the truth. Like Ask my recruiter, can you get me to California? Yeah, I can get you to California. Okay, cool. Because I want to go be by Eddie Van Halen. You know? Now, my son, on the other hand, he joined the military because of 9/11. So my son should be the one should be thanked. I didn't go join the military because some military something that drove me to be that person. I joined the military because I wanted to go be by Eddie Van Halen. So yeah, truth out. Can you talk about Jake's JEL with the mahogany ebony neck? So you're talking about the Jakey Lee. So the Charvel you're talking about. I actually saw something really cool on Instagram today. A company had that guitar. They're swapping the pickups out in it. He had changed the saddles out to regular Fender stamped saddles, and then he had the on the bridge. He had the bass strings had different saddles, which I thought was really cool and interesting. Well, remember that Jake's original 3-bolt Fender, that's what that guitar was. It was an ebony neck, and I believe it did have a mahogany back. So that's why he wanted that again. And then the Charvels came out and they had a maple neck, which I thought was weird. And then remember, up to the 12th fret, he switches frets. The fret switch, I think, to tall skinnies. I think it's jumbo up to a certain fret, or vice versa. Somebody will correct me in the chat for sure. But up to the 12th fret, it's a certain fret size, and he switches. So I had a Blue Burst and I sold it just because on those Charvel necks. If you're gonna buy a Jakey Lee neck and you're thinking that you're getting a Charvel, like you go and buy a Charvel and you feel and you're like, yeah, man, this is a Charvel neck, right? You're not gonna get that with the Jakey Lee guitar. Those necks are really small, or they're smaller, and they didn't have a good feel for me, you know. So I moved on from that guitar. But that's maybe I just need to sit up in my chair instead of being a slouch. So yeah, that's what I know about. I was never blown away by those Charvel Jakey Lees just because I didn't really want the white one, because I was like, it's cool, but whatever. I'll never use it because it doesn't have a bar. I'm a Floyd Rose guy. You know, it doesn't. I mean, like, to have one of those, set bridges. I'm not really into that thing, but I have Floyd Roses on everything. So I did try it. I didn't like it. Those necks are small, and everybody said the same thing. I did have the Blue Burst though, and it was cool. It was cool to go in my guitar room and see it hanging on the wall. But then I picked it up, I started playing. I'd be like, oh, this ain't for me, and it'd go right back on the wall. So if you're gonna try one of those Jakey Lee Charvels, I would highly recommend trying it in a store before you go buy it. So that's my thoughts on that. By saying hello to each other. Bush 5, I was stationed in Millington for my A school. Very cool. Went to Beale Street. Lucky you. And then it was a great experience. Well, thank you for your service. And oh no, we've talked before. You've been on here before. They changed all the usernames up. Like, something changed. So anyways, yeah, you've been here before. But yeah, well, thanks for your service, man. Thanks to everybody that served and yada yada. When I said body, I meant body loaded with pickguards and pickups with deck on the rig. It's at 5.2. Still need the bridge, but put on, so that will add a little more weight to it. Yeah, you'll be at 6 pounds. So, well, I don't know what bridge you're putting on it. So, anyways, yeah. So Rad Brad got his question and yada, yada, yada. God, I think I'm behind in the chat. I have to start talking about the Steinberger. So do you think a 1-piece body versus a 2 or 3-piece laminate makes a difference? I know that during my time working for a major manufacturer, when I was building guitars on template, when I was with Bill, we did primarily 2-piece. If we could find a nice piece of something, we would go 1-piece, and then we would just up the charge of it because it's you get more for it. Being a 1-piece body, I was usually 2-piece, 3-piece, 1-piece body versus a 2 or 3-piece laminate makes a difference. I think it depends on a lot of stuff. I think it depends on what pickups you're using. I think it depends on, because I mean, hey, if you put a super powerful pickup And a Kramer Striker plywood guitar is going to sound okay. You know, depends on what you're doing. Depends on what you're using it for. Depends on there. It depends. You guys watch. Dave Friedman Tone Talk. Yeah, it depends. It depends on. There's some variables there. So, yeah. Would everybody like to have a one-piece body versus two or three? Yeah, of course. Especially if you're shooting, lacquer and it starts to sink, and then you see all the body seams. I mean, yeah, that sucks. But um, yeah, that's just my thought. I tend to like lighter guitars for Fender style, super strats like the under 8 pounds is my sweet spot, just for me personally. Anything around 8, I'm good. I'm good. But I mean, lighter guitars are cool too. Yeah, I was watching McKnight the other day, and he was saying that he likes somewhere around 6 pounds. Like he likes lighter guitars. So at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong answer. It's a preference. I emailed RWB Engineering the other day, and I was talking to him about action on the Steinberger. And he goes, hey, man, he goes, don't get, I'm asking, when I tell you guys all the time, don't get caught up on action height because it's a preference. It's your guitar. 464s is what we set everything up to it, sir, but it's a starting point. Like some people would say, lowest action possible. We set to 364s. 364s is what I set everything to do on the last fret. That's my personal preference. Now, when I get that Steinberger done, I may want higher action. When I got it, the action was at 264s. I got to get into this. Steinberger. Oh, Chopper T is a cool pickup for tellies. Great. I think I've heard that before. I only know the woods from being a carpenter for 40 years. The softwoods will twist and turn a lot more. Yes. Moisture content mainly. Correct. I agree with that. I've heard the argument about the tone wood, but here's the thing. When you move your graphic equalizer 3 millimeters to change the sound, I don't see how it's actually possible to have a tone wood. And that goes back to the depends thing that I was talking about. You can make any guitar play good, and you can probably make any guitar sound good depending on what you're putting on it. You got a $200 guitar and you throw a $200 Seymour Duncan RTM in it. I mean, it's going to be okay. It's going to sound okay. I mean, it's not going to sound bad, if you stick with the cheaper pickups and stuff. That's why, in my opinion, it's always cool to buy a lesser expensive guitar like the GL 200K, do some upgrades on it, and then you didn't spend $6,000 on a guitar that's hanging on the wall. Let's see here. I seen actual test of Glenn Fricker's channel, and there's no difference in sound at all. Hey, I mean, there's always going to be people that say there is, and there's always going to be people that say that isn't. The great thing is once you start doing it for yourself and you start identifying, you start saying, this is what I like. That's all that matters. Who cares? You get up on stage and you start playing and it sounds good to you. It's like Ed always used to say, if it sounds good, it is good. Randy just told me that the other day. We were talking about something, and Randy texted me and said, hey, man, if it sounds good, it is good. Go by what Ed said. So, this is where you get down the rabbit hole. You start going down a rabbit hole, and you're starting to defend things that you have an opinion on. And it's hard to defend an opinion because who says your opinion's right? I mean, there's not, it's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a piece of wood. It's like, Bill used to always say, hey, Mike, it's a piece of wood. I'm like, Bill, oh my God, it's blah, blah, blah. And he goes, hey, Mike, it's a piece of wood. It's going to do weird shit. It's a piece of wood, Mike. And you know what? They're all pieces of wood, and they're all different. So I think it's a way of guitar manufacturers adding to, yes, I believe that. I mean, let's take zebra wood over burl wood. What does their tone sound like? Exotics. I'm not an exotic guy, so I don't mess around with, I'm not into that exotic stuff. So yeah, you're wrong channel, to even start going into that stuff, because I'm not into exotic at all. It was about Profound Drunken Sailors and Up to Par. Yeah. Burl. Okay. Blue box. We put in Douglas firs for beams, heavy water content, will twist and turn, but handle a load, but still soft with water content. Yeah. Easier to absorb. You put, case in point, Phoenix is dry. Neck shrink out here really bad. That's why I run 40 to 45% in the guitar room. Yeah, I've got my Stu back, my humidity dial in here. I'm at 42% right now. But in Phoenix, you come in and you buy it and you got fret sprout. And I come in here and with certain necks, they blow right back up. Ebony takes forever. Harder wood. You know what I'm saying? It like I would some people would say, okay, just go ahead and file them off. I wouldn't recommend that because depending on the fret sprout, how bad the fret sprout is, you're better to let it sit in humidity for a little while and fatten back up a little bit and then readdress. That's always been my thing with living out here. I don't go hogging on anything for at least a couple, 3 days until it acclimates inside my, humidity. Because I'm not taking any guitars and going gigging. Everything's in my guitar room and it just sits, right? And but that's what my thoughts are on that. So yeah, I mean, like it's, if it's more porous, it's going to blow up quicker. I used to use white oak to build cabinetry. That's stuff has no tone. Yeah, right. It's a nice and heavy and solid though. Okay. I love the live tour with Lynch and Jeff Blando. I don't know anything. So what are we talking about? I don't know what is this new or what do we? Somebody fill me in. I appreciate your input. I understand your reason to not give the wrong info. I'm just trying to get your opinion. I will have to research and shop around the websites. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Hey, dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have a telly. I used to have a really nice classic T when I was at Sir, and I sold it like a dumbass. And I just don't have one. So I'm really not a telly guy. But I want you to make sure that you get the right pickup for yourself. Rad Brad says maybe a JB Junior. That's probably always a good choice, a JB Junior. That's I think I know why Algo dragged me here, LOL, but take a drive by. Okay. Haha, it's Russell. What's up, man? Everybody's talking. Yeah, I think that, yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. Hey, that neck small. Look up I don't know offhand. I don't want to give wrong information. Look up the nut on that. It's surely smaller because that neck is tiny, man. I mean, like I just don't. I do not jive with those Chicky Lee guitars. I see Alia, but don't want to be invasive. So hello. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. Everybody's suggesting to Lewis. Yo, 40 great. Yo, Snader. What's up, dude? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Okay, Tim says, I want to say the cheaper JELs use a standard width nut versus the USA. I have not touched one of the lesser expensive Jakey Lees yet, so I wouldn't know. I'm going off the USA, and I was still selling cars. So that was in 2000. When I bought that, it was probably 2017 when I bought that Blue Burst when I had it. 2017, 2018, because I was in my house. I just built my house. So 2017, 17, 18. So I've not seen the new ones. People that called me out know of my love for the original Blueberry. So yeah, that's a cool guitar. Holly says, a noble move for the peacekeeping of our country because you are helping to carry on EVH's legacy. Music is a universal language that unites humans. So thank you for your service. Yeah, Holly, of course. My pleasure. When are the people getting one-piece bodies? I got to get into this Steinberger. I have literally one body in my entire inventory that's one single slab. That's an ancient boogie body. That's cool, man. Spot model. There's a guitar made entirely from one piece out there somewhere. Yeah, I would assume so. Funny enough, Guitar Trader Repair Zone Fred, he had a really nice Chandler neck that I got and I sold that guitar, and I wish I had that Chandler neck back. And when I'm reading what you're writing, the Chandler neck popped in my head. I wish I still had that Chandler neck, man. That was a cool guitar. My buddy once had a 70 reissue Flying V. There's no way that guitar is over. Yeah, those are going to be lighter. Brad says, I don't care about weight too much. I do care about the neck dive a whole lot. Yeah. I like weight. I mean, like if I get a guitar and it's too light, I'm always throwing stuff on. I'm always throwing weight on it to get it to where I want it. I tried to put the pickup mounting system in the GL200K. It didn't work. So I didn't get to put as much weight in it as I could, but I was still happy with it. So it was 7 pounds, 10 ounces or something like that. So, I mean, it's close enough. Just my opinion, but I try to shy away from bodies. I have a glue seam through the neck pocket. Probably make no difference, but that's my preference. Well, the majority of them were, the two pieces that, they centered. So, and then like there's been companies that just pulled pieces out and, jointed them and, just like out of scraps. So then, you see seams all over the place, but yeah, usually the seam was in the middle, especially on the older 80s guitars. He agrees. Glenn doesn't believe in pickup difference either, though he's a bit of a quack. Okay. If you use EMG 80 series pickups, then it really doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean, like that's what it comes down to. It comes down to your pickups in there and stuff like that. So, where am I at? PZO. I need to do a test because it's possible that a PZO might sound a little different. Boy, it is going to sound different. Yeah. So that's all trial and error. I play mid-grade guitars, nothing more. Okay, so I play mid-grade guitars, nothing more than okay, I think that's cool, but I'm a noob. The issue I've had with budget guitars, the wood is not settled. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. So that's why you just gotta. You're probably talking about Sprout and stuff like that. So I there's a lot of Sprout right now. I forgot who it was, but I watched a channel and the guy was talking about how there's a lot of fret Sprout right now. And it just is what it is. So, hey, I got to get to the Steinberger. So I used a what's that called? A picture of a Steinberger. I haven't even talked about it yet. So I'm off the other day and the phone rings and it's Ryan from OU812. Or no, he texted me. And he says, hey, bro. Rob Johnson. And if you don't know Rob Johnson, it's in the description of the, I put RWB International in there or whatever it is, because they're good for Steinberger parts. So that's what was recommended. And he's fantastic. Steve, the owner, I talked to him the other night over email chat for like an hour, and the guy just sat there and answered every question I had about the transtrem, and it was amazing. Because okay, I'm going to get ahead of myself. So hold on a second, I'm going to get ahead of myself. Let me share my screen. Let me do all the stuff I wanted to do. I'm going to screw this up. Share screen. Window. Okay. GM1T is what that guitar is. It's a GM1T. It's a transtrem. So I'll be playing Summer Nights pretty soon. So that being said, but it's very okay. I got to start where I need to start. So Ryan texts me. Hey, Mike, Rob Johnson. Check out Rob Johnson. He's the guy who has the insane Van Halen collection. He's got every guitar Ed ever played, right? So Rob Johnson, I mean, reputable, he's selling his guitar. And I know you were looking for one. A couple weeks ago, I was on Ryan's channel. We were talking. I said, man, I would like to have a Steinberger, but I don't think I could do that little one. I think I would have to have like a Vito Bratta. And Ryan goes, well, they're out there, they pop up every once in a while. And then sure enough, here comes Rob Johnson selling his. So I talked to Rob. We talked for a minute. I'd never talked to him before, and what a professional dude. Like, hey, I need to call you. I'd like to talk to you for a minute. Because that's what I like to do. And I sell somebody a guitar and make sure everything's good and blah blah blah. What a great experience, right? The guy shipped it. It could have withstood a nuclear attack. Great shipping, quick shipping. Rob Johnson, check out his channel. It's in the description. The guy's a legend. Dweezil Zappa's been to his house, and he's got a great guitar collection. And lucky me to have a guitar that he had. Right. So I get it, and I'm on the. So Ryan's hinting on the channel, "Hey, did you get it?" Blah blah blah. I said, "Buddy, it's still in the box," and it literally was. It was sitting right there in the box. I just didn't have time to get it out yet. So that night, I went out and opened it up, and probably took me an hour to get to it through the box because the packing on it was insanely good. And so I finally got it out, started looking at it, and man, it's scary. Why is it scary? Because I don't know what I'm doing. I've sat there and I've watched Ed play with the wiggle stick, and I saw how loose it was. And until you get one of these in your hands, you're like, I don't know what I don't know, right? So I started looking at it, and this is before I had done anything to it. The action was set to 264s. I felt like the action was a little low. So I texted Ryan, and I was kind of like bouncing stuff off him. And then I just went on YouTube and started looking around, right? So I figured out how to raise the saddles. I raised the saddles up. I got it playing for my the way I wanted it. And I got it playing so I said, okay. And then the guitar guy kicks in. I got to tear this thing apart. I got to go through it. I got to make sure everything's good. Blah blah blah. That's just a guitar guy, right? So I'm going, okay, and now I'm sitting there going, I got to do this for Ed. I gotta make it good. I got to make it perfect. Blah blah blah. So I do it. I go. I tear it apart, and pictures. Let's see. What did I do here? So I tear it apart, and let me get back into my pictures here. Doggone it. Hold on a second. Saved. So I pull the neck. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Sorry, guys. A little distracted. Had a little problem there with my computer. Pull the neck. Cowboy cord. So no fret wear on the upper frets on this neck. 0.0. So what first 1, 2, and 3 frets banged up pretty good. Okay. So I said, okay, level and crown. And I'm not doing it because I just don't like doing fret jobs, man. I mean, like, Phil McKnight, I think, said it best when everybody's really good at something. And if you know somebody that's going to be better than you at something, just take it to them. So Tim at Atomic Guitars usually earns has earned, and he's my guy for anything that I just don't feel like doing. And so I took it down to him, and he looked at it, and no truss rod. The relief was baked into those necks at the factory that I read. So I thought that was kind of neat. No truss rod adjustment. So I took the neck down to Tim, and he's gonna do a level and crown, and then I'm going to remount. Okay. So then let's talk about the body. So I pulled the neck. I think I may have to build up the bass side a little bit inside the pocket because the alignment's kind of off, but I'll figure that out when I get it back. I pulled the knobs off. This is before I pulled the transtrem off, but I did have the I did have the action set to where I wanted it, and like all these, like all the the jaws that the string goes into, this part is turned and that pulls the string back, okay? And then this is the part that you transpose to get all the strings to tension back or detension all at the same time. And as you can see here in a minute, I'll show you when I show you the bridge, you'll see the bridge is in an angle, and that's what allows the treble strings to transpose and drop evenly with the bass strings. It's really kind of interesting, once you look at it and you put it, figure out, like who's a genius that did this. So EMG 85, I pulled the pickup out, cleaned everything really good, and I took everything out. I buffed it. I buffed the body. The body looks fantastic now. I got it next picture. Not that there was anything wrong with it, but it had been sitting for a while, and I wanted to go through it and make sure that it was good. Pulled all of the saddles out, cleaned them all, soaked them all, soaked all the jaws. Checked the knife edge on the actual transtrem part, and then cleaned everything up. Right. So I when I pulled this bridge off, that's when it got when it got interesting, because then I buffed it, and when I buffed it, uh, it's just fantastic. It looks fantastic. I mean, it is really good. So uh, you can see there's 3 screws, 1, 2, 3 on each side that hold the transtrem in, and then you have your tension spring that rides in this cavity right here, and but it buffed out really good. You can see um how good it buffed out, but I guess it's just better to uh I guess it's just better to show it. So here's the body now. I mean, just it just looks, it looks fantastic. I mean, um it came out really good, and it's ready for the transtrem to go back in it. uh I buffed the back out. It's got some buckle wear on it, but man, come on, man. I mean, this guitar was probably built the year I graduated from high school. You know what I'm saying? So original knobs on it. EMG 85. The bridge, are the bodies in fantastic condition. So let's go back to the bridge now. So um the bodies is just fantastic. This is going to be a great guitar once I get it. Once I get it all put back together and everything's good, and I know it's good, and I get it transposed and all that good stuff. So as you can see, this lower part's on an angle, right? It's on an angle there. So I had slop from from side to side, and then I was talking to Ryan, and I was talking to Steve about it. I said, "Well, how much slop is there supposed to be there?" Ryan said none, and or very little, and then Steve said very little to none. So how am I supposed to? I'm thinking about breaking out my feeler gauge and going at it and figuring out, okay, what do I do here? I didn't have to do anything, because there's bearings that ride right here and right here. And when I replaced those bearings, I put the same, they had spacers in there, like washers, like shims in there. And I just did one side of it. It's one side at a time, because I was concerned that I was going to mix up the washers or whatever. So I took apart one side at a time and put them all back together. I have zero play from side to side, and its movement is free, and you don't feel a catching or anything. So that means, based on what I've learned so far, is it's perfect. So it's going to transpose really good. Once I get it set up and everything, it's going to be really good. So very happy with the way it came out. And then I think I need to stop sharing, because I think I had some pictures of my cat that passed away on here, and I just want to look at my cat. You know what? Let's see here. It's a memory of my girl. She just passed away in December, and 17 years, and I miss her. So, uh, yeah. So we'll get off that, and then, but yeah. So if you guys saw the cat picture of my cat, that's what's doing there. But yeah, I surely miss that little cat. Let's see here. Let's see. So the back of this is interesting. Um, where am I at? This is the back. So this is how you remove. You can see the bearings are right in here. So I removed one side at a time, and that allowed me to not mess up any of the washers or anything like that. Okay, I put the new spring in, I put the new knob in. I made sure that everything, I went through everything with WD-40, cleaned everything out, lubed everything up really good. I think I may put some of that. I got some of that EVH, that butter, that new stuff. I might put some of those on the saddles once I start getting it all back together and get it all lubed up and everything, because that's what's going to keep this guitar going, is making sure that it's lubed up and everything's correct and there's no gunk in there or anything like that. So I surely want to thank Ryan from OU812. I put the link to the actual video that I watched before I started working on this bridge, because there's a lot of really good. So if you end up picking up a Steinberger, you need to watch that, because he goes through the pivot portion of the bridge. He replaced that because he had a crack, and that video really helped me with the teardown on it, because it made me feel more comfortable. So I did put the link in there of that, because Ryan, everybody knows that Ryan's a big Steinberger guy, so he's into it, and but I think it's cool to at least have one, and I think that this will be my one, and I think when I get done with it, it'll be as perfect as it can be, and I think it's good to have one perfect thing like that. But I'll tell you what, the intimidation factor, going to something that you don't know after years of knowing something and then diving into a Steinberger, it was actually pretty cool. I really enjoyed like being challenged on something for, momentarily, like looking at it going, okay, how does this work? What's this doing? Blah, blah, blah. Talking to people, gathering, intelligence, for lack of a better term, and, uh, taking everybody's input and then fixing it and putting it together, so I'm certainly very certainly very appreciative for Ryan and for Steve at RWB for going through everything with me and talking to me about the bridge, what it does, why it does, and what you need to do. So now we were out in the garage today, and she said, so when do you get the neck back? And I said, I don't care. I don't care when I get it back. I'm in no rush. And when I get it back, I know it's going to be great. And but I just don't want to rush anything on this guitar. So that being said, that's where I'm at with it. It's torn apart. The neck is with Tim. The body has been redone, or the transtrem is totally redone. It's right here, and super cool. And I was sitting there today watching the Van Halen stuff on the transtrem, just trying to watch Eddie's movement with regards to locking back in key and watching his movements on stuff, just so I can kind of get it. But it's funny because I was kind of messing with it the other night, and I go, Ryan, this thing's kind of weird, man. And he goes, buddy, you have no idea the muscle memory that you have to like learn to get that to go back where you want it to go back when you're messing with the bridge and everything. Because I thought, me not knowing anything, I thought once you locked it, you could still use the bridge. Not at all. Once it's locked into a key, you have to pull it back out of that key, use a bar, and then push it right back into the key that you were in. And that's going to take some time to figure out. So, but right now with guitar stuff, I really don't have anything but time, because I'm really not looking for anything else to to add to the arsenal right now. I got way too many guitars as it is. So, so all right, let me jump back into the chat and then we'll probably start thinking about wrapping this up unless somebody's got any questions or anything. So at Blue Box, what I found mostly in lower end guitars says $500 guitar is that the necks tend to move more. I assume it's probably because the build quality of the maple might not be as good as another. I don't know. They're all pieces of wood, man. You just got to find that good one. You know what I'm saying? Remember when Kramer Berettas were $500? Oh, they don't let them dry enough, and that's exactly what it is. They're looking to manufacture the guitar so the dry time isn't as good, and that's why you have the problems that you have. Okay, let's go. I had an Ibanez 350 I took apart and fret level, changed pickups, changed electronics, added better tuners, added stainless steel screws to the edge trim, and did a lot of graphic mods. Yeah. I mean, like that's the fun of buying that GL 200K. I mean, like I can sit there and do all the mods to it. I did have one comment that says it's a shame that you had to buy the guitar and put as much money into it for upgrades. I did that because I already had the parts. I mean, like if I didn't have the parts, would I go out and do that? Probably not. I mean, I would probably change the pickups. I would probably change the pickups out if I was more on a budget. I would probably change the pickups out first, and then the pickups or the bridge. I might change the bridge out. Try to find a used 1000 and swap that special out because those specials are just really bad. I mean, like I got it in a Ziploc bag right now. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know what to do with those specials because, if I end up selling the guitar I wanted here because I'm going to put it back on it, or if I sell it, I'm giving somebody a hot steamy piece of shit. So I don't know what to do with those Floyd Rose specials. So, but yeah, that's the cool thing about doing buying a cheaper guitar and doing mods because then you make it your own. Still play like crap because it was a $350 guitar. The neck moving around on me. Now, usually once you get them adjusted, they usually should be okay. I mean, I actually got the Boogie Body's body incidentally with the purchase of a bass. It ended up being an early 70s Fender fretless P bass. That's cool. And everyone understands the irony of a fretless precision bass. Yeah, I guess, but they're still cool. That's, to each his own. The goats. Richard Hole 1 says, I learn a lot by observing and listening on this channel. So thanks for that, dude. Yeah, man. Dude, I mean, like, again, I like talking to you guys. I like showing you guys shit, and it's cool. So it's fun to talk about stuff. This is the Buck Dharma Steinberger, right? So I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. So if somebody wants to comment on that, I don't know what that means. It may be, it may not be, but I don't know anything about it. I have a single slab, a kiln dried mahogany body. That's cool. Russell says, whoever hates neck dive, there's your ex. Everyone says transtrems are legendary. I don't know if I don't even know if I like it yet. I mean, we're at to figure it out. I mean, like I played it and I was like, this is interesting. But I mean, being a guy that likes having a guitar set up before I go into a guitar and I'll take a bend on it and I'll feel it. And I'll be like, this one's going to play good once I get it done, but I don't sit there and play on it and wear the strings out and then go, okay, it's time. No, I bring it home and I rip it apart right away. I rip the Band-Aid off right away. So I have a Spirit GU7R. I need to get a bar and strings for it. I just bought Sweetwater has the strings. I did verify that the Diodarios are good strings. RWB and Ryan confirmed that those they are calibrated. The Diodario are calibrated and they're good. So Honer had some great clones of a bunch of Steinberger and Hofner stuff. Yes, they did. I saw somebody had a Honer the other day and they put a transtrem on it. So yes, I agree. The one to get for sure, and Rob is a stud. Rob is a stud, and it was the one to get, and I wouldn't have got it if Ryan wouldn't have texted me because wasn't even on my radar. So I certainly appreciate Rob, and I certainly appreciate Ryan for pointing me in the right direction on that one. The Steinberger Spirit came in a 5-string also. Okay. I heard a cat jumping outside the door. LOL. They're gonna bug me soon because it's time to put the chicken away. Everyone be healthy. I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, be careful, man. Be careful. Put the chicken away. Keep it away from the cat. Cat will eat it. Sounds like a rhythm guitarist I know. I think I will stick with the Floyd. There's nothing wrong with sticking with a Floyd at all. It is interesting. I'm extremely interested about getting this guitar back together and having it all perfect and having it perfect. It's going to be fun. I've heard the tuning knobs on those are difficult. I've never owned one. So the tuning knobs, I guess they would be if they're not maintained. They were good and they're even better now. Like I tore the entire transtrem apart and went through everything. So, yeah, I don't see any issues there at all on this thing. Very nice and glossy. Yeah, she came out really good. Like solid. Like I went through everything. It's nice and clean and good and Vito Bratta and probably have to get some When the Children Cry going. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like it's cool. I told Ryan, I said, I'm not sure if I could do that little body, man. If I was going to get one, I would want to have the guitar body style one. It's cool. I'd grab some new pickup ring, mounting screws, and clean it as it is now. Okay, so I agree with you, but I'm leaving it because I don't want to change it to make it look brand new. I want it to look like it was used at one time. So the only thing I did is I took some Gugon. Gugon's really good for getting like caked up sweat and like gunk off of like, trem rings and stuff. And I went to town cleaning the shit out of it. And it looks perfect, but I'm not going to change screws. I'm not going to change anything. And that's just me. I mean, like the neck ferrules on the back, they're black, and the ones where your hand is, they're worn down to silver. And my first initial, I'm going to paint them. I'm going to buy some new ferrules. No, I'm going to leave them because somebody liked that guitar. Somebody played that guitar. Somebody played the shit out of that guitar. I don't know if they used the transtrem, but they surely played a lot of cowboy chords on it. So, that's where I'm at. How would you do a fret level if the neck relief is baked in and non-adjustable? Because because what I noticed is there were hybrid strings on that, and it had a perfect amount of relief. Once I took the strings off, it kind of laid down. So I mean, like you don't have an option. I mean, you just go with what it is. There's no truss rod adjustment. So you just have to go with what it is. So that's how you do it. You just do it. So that's it. Tim says, rest in peace, Miss Meow Meow. Yeah. Rest in peace, Mrs. Beasley. She was a good cat. I miss that little cat. Piggy said she was pretty. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Let's see here. At 40 grit, where does this guitar sit in your top all three? It's not even my top three. Zero chance of sitting in my top three. I gotta say, man, I mean, like my number one. Oh, hold on. If all my guitars had to go today, this would be the one I kept. This is my gigging guitar. As you can tell, it was my gigging guitar for a long time. This was number one. It's a custom 5 in the bridge, and it was a parts guitar. It's a Warmoth Wolfgang neck and a Warmoth body, and I got this on Craigslist, I think. And I was living in, I think I was living in Navy housing then. But this guy goofed this body up, and you see those where he drilled the holes wrong right by the, so it's filled. And I touched it up. I put a dowel in there and I touched it up, and I put the knob where I wanted it. And then this guitar plays just fantastic. Kill switch, custom 5. I put the adjustment in there because the adjustment's at the butt. And then, God, this guitar plays good. And God, those frets are, I haven't looked at this guitar in a while. But man, I mean, there's a lot of memories with this one. So this would surely be number one. This would surely be number one. I mean, if all my guitars had to go, I'd keep this one just because I have to. I mean, this is the one, man. This is the one that I gigged with. This is the one that there's just a lot of memories with that guitar. So yeah, I got to be honest. If I had to get rid of all my guitars, I'd probably keep the ones I built, because it's really not a money thing, you know. I mean, like, obviously, one day it's gonna be a money thing for me. It's gonna be, let's get all the money we can for them now, because I spent so long collecting all this nonsense, and we're gonna get rid of it, and then it's gonna be a money thing one day, but it's not. That's not what I'm. It's not surely not what I'm in it for or anything like that. It's but yeah, I mean, that's my number one. Steinberger doesn't even, I would say right now the Steinberger doesn't even compute, because I got some old Kramers in there, and you know, like those Kramers trump that Steinberger all day long. So can't have too much lube, especially on a lonely night. Well, I mean, that would be good. That would be good. Some good advice. But lonely nights are no fun. 40 Grit, thank you for the update on Steinberger. Yeah, I'm sorry it took so long to get to that, but we started talking about nonsense and we got off on it and blah, blah, blah. Upgrading guitars is fun. It is, right? I mean, like, it's stupid. I go in and I grab a guitar and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. All right. Okay, it needs this. All right. It needs that. I'm going to do this. And then you're like, what am I doing? Probably be just fine if I left it alone. And there's dings all over this thing, man. Such a cool guitar. Lots of memories on this one. Yeah. That's a good one. I just mean the same Steinberger Buck Dharma. Buddy, you're going to shoot me. I never listened to Buck Dharma, and I never listened to Blue Oyster Cult. So I didn't, sorry, but I don't even know who that is. I get educated by people on this channel all the time about who people are. I don't know who some of these people are. Good to know the Adidas will work. I've been unsure on what to order. Yes. So that was good information to me, because Ryan told me what to do, and then Steve at RWB told me what to do. And he said, hey, those Diodarios are good, and they're calibrated, and use this item number and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I did. I bought 2 packs, and they're right there on the guitar stand. So I got to wait. That one is called the Cheeseburger. I don't know what that one's going to be called. I don't even know if it's going to be called anything. We got to get that guitar playing. We got to get it transposed. We got to get it going, and we got to get it figured out. So the fun thing is getting it figured out. I'll probably get bored of it after I get done with it. I'll probably like, well, that was anticlimactic. Uh, I always called it the Swiss cheese when I was a kid. The Steinbergers. That's interesting. 40. What do you think of the sound of the 78 Seymour Duncan? I think they're cool. I think I got my mindset on that bridge pickup. $130. Yeah, that's a good pickup. I've got a couple of them in my pickup box. I don't have them in a guitar right now, but I do have them, and they're cool. I like them. I think those are Alnico 2s, right? I've gone to Alnico 5. I mean, like, I'm an Alnico 5 guy. I'm an A5 guy. Anything A5, I pretty much like it. I know those Arcanes are A8s. The RTM's an A2. But my favorite pickup is probably the Seymour Duncan Custom 5. And then my second favorite is probably the RTM. My third favorite is the SSH Plus John Suhr, and then Tone Zone. But I got to try this Norton out because Randy's been talking about this Norton and it's just not going away. So I get that tomorrow. I think I'm off Wednesday and Thursday. So maybe I'll wire it in and I'll check it out. So I got a new camera. I'm not sure if you guys see my camera's a little bit different. So I put some money into the channel. I invested a little bit because everything that I had was old and outdated. And when I started this channel, I didn't spend a lot of money on cameras and stuff like that. But as I'm doing it more and more, and I'm watching other people's channels, they have good like cameras and stuff. So I went and bought a camera, and I bought some different microphones and stuff. So I'm going to have to jump in the deep end a little bit and start doing things a little bit differently. But it's going to be interesting when I do my demos now. And that's something else I was going to talk about. So I was thinking about going into the Rodecaster and doing my sound samples when I play and it sound better and blah, blah, blah. So then I got my pedal board out the other day and I started playing through the pedal board with my headphones on. And I said, okay, I'll start doing my demo like this. It sounds like shit. And this is not a channel where there's some shredding master on there playing a guitar and hey, look how fast I can play or look how good I can play and blah, blah, blah. This is a channel built on fixing your guitar, upgrading your guitar. This is what it sounds like now. This is what it sounds like to me now, changing it. And I really don't think I'm going to change the way I do my demos because unless everybody's fucking with me, people email me and go, dude, your tone is like really good. So it doesn't sound that bad. And I'm really not going to go into any kind of recording differently because every time I've recorded doing a sound like a demo on my channel, it's been strictly on my iPhone. I have nothing plugged into my iPhone, nothing. It's just directly into the iPhone. So I did get the Rode Pro microphones because those were after watching YouTube for hours and finding out the camera that I wanted and the microphones and stuff. I got the stuff I wanted that everybody recommended, and I'm pretty happy with the camera. My son said the camera is really good, and he said that my camera's shot was better. So I'm kind of happy with that. And then I got to get the microphones going, but I just don't think, going back to what I was saying, I don't think I'm going to change the way I do my sound demos and go like into a Rode to make it sound like super professional or something. Because at the end of the day, I'm not the greatest player. I really don't want to be the greatest player. I would like to be remembered for the guy that, did cool upgrades on his guitars and taught me maybe a thing or two. And then that was it. That's all I want. I mean, I don't want to be sitting on my channel jamming or anything like that. I don't want that because if I'm going to sit and watch somebody jam, it's going to be Lynch. I'm going to sit and watch him. And then I'm going to sit there and smile and think about all the years I've seen him from Monsters of Rock and go into nostalgia mode and think about all the happiness and all the stuff and then come in here and look at the wall and stuff like that. I don't want to go on my channel and play. So I may have just gone off into a rabbit hole or something, but I did want to express that. I did plug my pedal board in through the Rodecaster, try to set it up. This is how I'm going to start doing my demos, and I don't want to do it. So I'm out on that. So But yeah, the 78 Seymour Duncan pickup's good. So that Steinberger is made for a certain gauge of string because if you down tune, it would change the neck relief. So it's funny you say that because talking to Steve at RWB, he says he runs 9 to 42. So I think you can go down 3 and up 2. You have 0, down 3, and up 2 pitches, right? So it's probably better if you use a heavier gauge string, and maybe that's why the person that had this guitar was using a hybrid set. I have zero interest in a hybrid set. I thought it played like shit, and I want to go to a 9 to a 42. Now, if I go to 9 to 42 and it's not working, I'll go buy a hybrid set, or I'll buy some 10s, or I'll go hybrid, you know? But he told me, I said to him, I said, I'm going to try 9 to 42. And then he emailed me back immediately and said, I use 9 to 42. So if he uses 9 to 42, Ryan told me he uses 9 to 42. I don't think I'm going to be detuning too much. I think if anything, I'll be in standard, or I'll go up to, I don't know what MeWise Magic is in, but I'm going to figure out all that Van Halen shit. And that's going to be a lot of fun. You know, the MeWise Magic, Ballad or the Bullet, Fire in the Hole. I mean, there's some cool transtrem stuff that I'm going to figure out. I'm going to get it. At least I'm going to do my best. So I want to get it transposed correctly. I want to get it functioning correctly. And then once I get it going, then I'm going to start figuring out Van Halen shit. So it's going to be fun. But to answer your question, I don't think that it's going to matter that much, because looking at the action it was at with hybrid, it had just maybe a little bit more relief than what I wanted it to have. So if I go to 9 to 42, it's going to lay down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And from what I understand, Ed used 9 to 42 on his. So that's kind of where I'm at. Because you would need heavier strings if you tune to, say, drop A. I agree with you, but I don't know if I'm going to be going that low. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing that on that guitar. I see where the hole was on the 2. Yeah, man. You know what's funny? I went through a not so good time of my life, you know, which I'm sure we've all gone through. But all these guitars, I built up to M7. And the only thing therapeutic for me was to go out to my guitar bench and get my mind off things and work on guitars. And so I built M1, M2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I got up to 7. And then one day everything got better. And I sold off a lot of those guitars that I had built. But this is one that I kept. And people always told me that it looked cool with that on there, because that's certainly a nod to Nuno. And I didn't want to use the same numbers or anything like his, but this was surely my number one gig guitar. But that's where that came from, because I started building so many guitars. I was like, I need to number these. And so yeah, my only happy place at a certain point in time in my life was my workbench. And I specifically remember my son leaving for the weekend to go spend time with his mom, and then I was really crapped out because he wasn't there. And then I had nothing to do, so I just go out to my workbench. If I was gigging that night, it was fun because I would go out for 6 hours. You know, I'd be out until 2:00 in the morning or whatever. But but then on Sunday and everything else, I'd be out on my workbench working, and then that got my mind back into the right place it should have been. And then I sold off all the guitars. It's kind of funny how life is. It's kind of weird. How's your experience with Warmoth? I love Warmoth. Playable outside of the box, or they need work. I've never had a problem with a Warmoth neck. I've had a problem with a Musicraft neck where it needs some fret work before I could get it going. But personally, I've bought several necks from Warmoth. Not so much bodies. I've got a guy I buy my bodies from on eBay because I like painting them. But Warmoth necks I've had zero problems with, and I think they're a good product. I think they're a really good product. And if I buy any more necks and I do any more stuff, I'm going to be buying Warmoth necks. So that Rowan Robertson neck is a music craft. And Tim really liked that neck because I took that. Wait, oh no, he built the body. Tim built that body and shot the lacquer for me, the nitro, because I wanted that to be a nitro body. So I took the neck down to him. I said, "Hey man, fit the pocket, blah blah blah, and just let me know when you're done." You know, you can't lean on guitar builders because it's going to take them forever. Just plan on it, and you can't lean on the guys because then they don't do as good of a job. So I just take my stuff down to him and I say, "Tim, just let me know when you're done. No rush." So can't rush guitar guys. Not a good idea. Warmouth, they're fantastic. I love them. Keep the ones with the best tone woods. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could do that. Or for me at this point in life, it's the ones with the most meaning and the most nostalgia for me. Like the most. Okay, when I hold this guitar in my hands, where do I go? When I pick up M2 in my hands, I go back to my gigging days when I thought I was a badass and I was gigging and we were gigging and you're playing Eruption and you're playing You Really Got Me and you're playing stuff. And then, you know, we used to play a place in Temecula. It was called the Wine and Beer Garden. And actually it was the place to play in Temecula. And they didn't let shitty bands go in there. You had to be a pretty good band. And the bartender, when he saw me coming, he would always smile because he'd be like, "Yeah, we're gonna hear some Van Halen tonight." And I go, "Oh, you're gonna hear some Van Halen tonight, bro." It's just so cool. So great memories, great memories. And I'm one of the young guys in here. Good for you, dude. Be one of the young guys because maybe you'll buy all my guitars when I get old. The man has some of the best guitars out there, and Warmouth is his favorite. This should show that brand really doesn't matter in the end. I don't think that brand matters in the end. I buy brand because I'm stupid. Like Charvel, it's cool. EVH because I love Ed. Ernie Ball Music Man because Ed played Ernie Ball Music Man. I don't go off a brand and go, "Oh man, every guitar is going to be great," because I've certainly had bad experiences with every band. I've had bad experiences with EVH. I've had bad experiences with Charvel for sure. I've had bad experiences with Fenders. I've had bad experiences with Ovations. I've had bad experiences with everything. But, I know a guy that knows how to work on guitars. So usually I just sit there and go, "I can fix that. I can fix that. I can fix that." And then you would never even know unless, unless you're better than me and you can spot it out and go, "Okay, he fixed this. He fixed that." Blah, blah, blah. Good spot to be in too if you can sell your collection and keep only the cheapest stuff. See, that's probably, I mean, like, because if you're selling, what are you looking to do? You're looking to gain some monetary, so you're looking to get some money, right? So sell off the expensive stuff, sell off the expensive stuff, because I can tell you that the stuff I built plays just as good, if not better than this expensive stuff that I have. So yeah, I mean, it's a good place to be. I would never sell that green guitar. Never. It's funny. I was thinking about Chub Tone last night. I think Chub Tone's done. I think Chub Tone is done. When you get a guitar and you tune it to standard and it plays like it's in flat, that's this guitar, the Chub Tone. Man, this guitar is fantastic. I pulled this out there and she went to bed and I was sitting there playing and I went out and I go, "Oh man, he's tuned standard." I came back in and I grabbed a standard tuned guitar because I was out there messing around on YouTube. And I was like I was figuring out something. And this guitar is just fantastic, man. God, this guitar plays so good, and it's in standard, and it plays like it's in like flat. So great. Firefly with a custom 5 or Sir stock, you got to gig it. Oh wow, man. See, these are the good questions. A Firefly with a custom 5. Custom 5. I already said it. Custom 5 is my go-to. So go custom 5. Sir stock. Wait, what do you mean by Sir stock? Because Sir stock could be an SSH plus, it could be a Doug Aldrich, it could be it could be a lot of things. It could be some, some MLs. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be, but I'll just go custom 5. Custom 5 always gets me out of a pinch. Jimmy Biter said put an Alico 8 in a JB today. It sounds way better. That's interesting. Yeah, that's cool. It sounds way better. Huh. Interesting. Darren says $40 Dharma from Blue Oyster Cult. The guitar is white and large holes and dimples drilled into like a sweet. Okay, I'll go look it up. A little homework for 40 Grit tonight. Oh God, I'm almost done. Hold on a second. Oh, this is great. Tim says, I appreciate your in-room style recording versus overly produced mixed. I don't know if everybody else appreciates it, but then again, I mean, like, I'm not here to be the shred king. I mean, like, it seems to me like the older I get, the less good I play. I mean, like, I think at one time I was pretty good. I mean, I didn't really get, I mean, I wasn't Yngwie Malmsteen, but I surely held my own with regards to the talent in Temecula. I mean, like, I think I was probably one of the better guitar players in the bands in Temecula, because I used to go watch the bands and I would go, oh God, you know, like, let's get out of here, you know? So I think that at one time I probably held my own, but would I do it now? Probably not. I mean, like, I forgot a lot of stuff. And, but I'm not looking to be that guy anymore. I mean, like, there was a time when you're competitive and you're saying that guy sucks and blah, blah, blah. And then you get older and you're like, well, nobody really sucks. Just some people are better than others, you know? And, yeah, I don't think I would want to gig again. I don't think I want to do that again. Let's see here. But back to that. It's more of a, I just want to show you guys. I just want to do a quick demo. I don't want to sit here and plug in and do like a huge demonstration and play a bunch of stuff and show you what I can do, because it's not what it's for. It's to go out and tear the guitar apart on the bench, do your upgrades, and this is what it sounded like now, and that's what I want my channel to be. So I think that's what it is. I really liked how the Lynch LTD turned out. Watched the video and it was great. I appreciate that. Man, the rolled edges on this thing are freaking fantastic. This guitar is so good. I mean, look at the bird's eye on the back of that neck. It's just, this guitar feels so good. What a good build, man. It's a good build. I contacted Chubb Tone. He said, yeah, that's the Oreo cookie. I was like, okay, cool. The Oreo cookie. So yeah, so good. Okay, Jimmy Hendrix 473 says Park Lane necks are the best. I'm not familiar, so I couldn't speak. So I don't know about that, but I mean, if that's your opinion, you're surely entitled to that. And I would like to check that out. So I have to check out Park Lane, and I need to check out the guy from Blue Oyster Cult with a Swiss cheese guitar, because that'll give me some homework for tonight. Because like I said, old man took a nap today, and I don't have to be at work till 12 tomorrow. So might stay up for a little bit tonight and watch some YouTube and shit, and check out some shit. So I'm all caught up in the chat. Does anybody else have any questions or anything that I can go over for you before I pull chalks, as we used to say in the military, and I go home? M2 back here, and this thing is just freaking fantastic. God almighty. Let's see here. Since you don't want to fret level, would roll fret edges. Oh, I mean, that's not difficult to roll the. You mean roll the edges on the Steinberger? I'm not interested in doing any. I'm not. Hey, I do fret jobs every once in a while for myself if I have to. I didn't do fret jobs at Sir. I can do a fret job. I don't like working frets. I just don't like doing it. I mean, like, everybody's got something that they don't like. I didn't used to like wiring. I love wiring. I love painting. I love setups. I love troubleshooting. I'm good at all that shit. Fret jobs, I don't like. I don't like that. I mean, that's just not something I enjoy. It's not. But and Tim is surely the pro. And I mean, for $100, I'll go down there and drop my Steinberger off to a pro and say, "Hey, bro, knock this off for me real quick," because when I get it back, I know the pro is going to have done his job, and that's where I'm at with regards to anything like that. I could have surely gone out there. And here's the other problem: my garage is back up to 100 degrees every day now. So once you start doing that, if you've done fret work before, fret work is a place is a mind state for me personally, and either I feel like doing it or I don't. And if I get into it and I start doing it and I'm falling out of it, now I got to bring my guitar that's taped up in the inside because it's hot outside, and it's just a big mess. So that's why I like taking it to the pro and have them doing that. So we had a guy at Sir. His name was Dragon. He's still there. He's a Russian guy or over in that area guy. And he was great. I mean, like he was like best fret jobs. I mean, like, and everything at Sir was stainless. So they were just going through fret files and shit all the time. We had a Plek machine. And I took a guitar in one time and I go, "Hey, Dragon, can you fret? I mean, 5 minutes later, it's back to me and done and looked fantastic." Hey, man, some things are just better left to the pros than for me to sit there and just try to meticulously go through it and then see something I don't like and have to go back. And I just rather give it to the pro. Grit, thanks for the stream. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for being here. It's probably time to get out of here. Cool hang tonight. Rico B, thanks for being here, bro. I appreciate it. Yostinator, thanks, dude. Nice to see you tonight. I don't think anyone enjoys fret jobs. Buddy, I think that you're probably right. Or fret leveling. Yeah. I mean, being able to determine what it needs is the move. Being able to look at it and go, okay, I got meat, I don't got meat, I got to pull. Being able to look at it and determine what you need is the art. Then attacking it is, I mean, that's also an art too. But being able to look at it and know where you're at is, and I like being able to do that. And of course, here comes Jimmy Biter. I love doing fret work. Of course you do, Jimmy. Because there's always going to be that guy that loves it. But I will say that I just don't enjoy doing that shit. That's something I did a really good fret job on the Bomber when I got it, and I spent a lot of time on it. I mean, like, just fret for me personally, a level and crown isn't something that I do fast. Like I'll sit there and I'll do my best. You know what I'm saying? So, but Jimmy, I surely believe you. I believe you that you enjoy doing it. My old tech was a part of creating monster trucks. I trust him over my mush brain. Yeah. Like I said, I think that, I'm not, I think McKnight may have said that, everybody's good at something. And if they're good at it, then let them do it. I mean, like, it's just, it's cool that way, so anyways, Peggy, thanks for being here. Tell James I said hello, and I hope you guys enjoyed your dinner tonight. And it was nice to see you guys. Please leave me, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And then, if you have any questions or anything tonight, hit me up at, let's see here, 40gritguitars at gmail.com. Oh, no, that's the, there you go. Email me direct at 40gritguitars.com. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. These strings are so dead. I need to change these strings out. So that's that. See here. Jimbo, we're going to be chatting here soon. So I will. Hey guys, thanks so much for being here tonight. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. I don't know when it's going to be. Maybe I'll do something this week on that Norton pickup. I'm going to change the bridge out. Maybe I'll do something this week. If not, maybe I'll see you guys next weekend or something. So see, deuces, and I'll see you guys later.